Step into an ancient realm of wonder, where Hindu deities' extraordinary powers echo through time. Welcome to exciting archaeology news. Today, we are taking you on a journey to the mystical island of Sri Lanka, where breathtaking landscapes and rich heritage await. Get ready to explore Sigiriya, the phenomenal wonder that rises 650 feet above Dambulla. Just exactly how was this monolithic rock crafted to perfection? Join us on an epic archaeological adventure as we uncover Sigiriya's mysteries. Discover clues that point to celestial beings, the mysterious Asura who might have descended from the heavens to rule over humanity. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and buckle up for a mesmerizing expedition into the heart of this ancient marvel. Are you ready to uncover the secrets of Sigiriya and rewrite history? Archaeologists believe that the earliest settlement on Sigiriya's top was the Lion Fortress, built in the 5th century AD. The main structures, like palaces and a massive granite water tank, were constructed under the rule of a king named Kashyapa. However, local beliefs suggest that the site dates back thousands of years before that and was built by an ancient Hindu god named Ravana, who belonged to a race of beings known as the Asura. According to Hindu epics, the Asura deities descended from the sky and ruled over parts of humanity. One such epic involves Rama, who waged war against Ravana and allegedly built the ancient bridge called Rama Setu between India and Sri Lanka. The stories suggest that Ravana ruled Sri Lanka from his palace in Sigiriya, and the palace was destroyed after the war with Rama. Some wonder if the current ruins at Sigiriya are the remnants of Ravana's palace, just as Rama Setu might be a historical account. The area around Sigiriya reveals signs of human habitation dating back to around 5,000 years ago, during the Mesolithic period. Buddhist monks used the rock shelters and caves in the area several centuries before the Common Era. However, conventional archaeologists suggest that the site's first significant use was during the reign of King Kashyapa in the 5th century. Legend has it that King Kashyapa moved to Sigiriya to protect himself from his brother, whom he had usurped the throne from after assassinating their father. He built a fortress on the monolithic rock, believing it to be indestructible. Despite his efforts, Kashyapa's army was defeated, and he ended his life to avoid capture. After his death, his brother, King Mogallana, bestowed Sigiriya to Buddhist monks, who used it as a monastery until the 14th century. Sigiriya was eventually abandoned in the 15th century and left uninhabited. The site's discovery by Westerners can be credited to Jonathan Forbes, a British Army major who stumbled upon it during a horseback ride. After Jonathan Forbes discovered the ancient ruins in Sigiriya, Western archaeologists conducted excavations in the following years. They were amazed by the advanced engineering evident at the site. The city displayed remarkably well-preserved urban planning, with techniques and technology surpassing what was believed possible for the time. The layout of the city showcased intentional geometric and asymmetric features that harmonized with the natural surroundings. While the purpose of some structures remained unclear, they were speculated to be citadels, palaces, houses, and gardens. Notably, a section of the site resembled a step pyramid, resembling structures found in Mesoamerica. On the western side of the city, another marvel awaited discovery: a sophisticated hydraulic system, providing water to the gardens through canals, lakes, dams, and water pumps. Remarkably, some of these ancient water systems still function today, supplying water to the area. The most intriguing mystery for archaeologists was the construction of the structures atop the monolithic rock. The buildings were made from clay bricks, estimated to be around 3 million in number. However, there were no visible stairways leading from the ground to the top of the rock. Even the present-day metal stairways were constructed only in the last century for tourist access. The challenge of transporting the heavy bricks or their materials up the rock through dense forest terrain remains a baffling puzzle. Adding to the intrigue, the city's paths and palace steps were constructed with massive blocks of white marble, a material not found naturally in the region. The origin of this marble remains unknown, and each block is immensely heavy, totaling in the thousands. The ancient builders of Sigiriya faced a perplexing challenge. How did they transport heavy marble blocks and tons of material to the top of the monolithic rock without any visible stairs? This puzzle has raised doubts about the conventional archaeological explanations for the city's construction. Archaeologists have observed unusual tool marks along the rock's sides resembling narrow channels. These markings, carved in ancient times, have left experts puzzled as they appear in places where there are no slopes for humans to stand. Additionally, significant circular holes drilled into the rock near the peak defy explanation with primitive tools. Near these mysterious drill holes, strange groove marks further intrigue researchers, with their purpose and method of creation remaining an enigma. Some of these markings suggest the use of advanced machinery or even heat-based technology that could melt rock. However, the most fascinating feature of Sigiriya is an enormous granite water tank located at the site's center. This tank, measuring 90 feet in length, 68 feet in width, and almost 7 feet in depth, appears as though it was made from granite blocks. But upon closer inspection, it becomes evident that the tank was, in fact, carved directly into the tough granite rock. Considering that granite is one of the hardest stones on Earth, the question arises, how could ancient people hollow out this massive granite tank using primitive chisels and hammers? The sheer amount of granite removed, estimated to be over 3,500 tons, suggests that a manual approach would have taken years. However, upon examining the granite pool closely, visitors notice the absence of chisel or hammer marks. Instead, long stretches of scoop-like marks resembling those seen in megalithic sites in Egypt and Peru leave scholars pondering the possibility of advanced technology being employed in its creation. Scholars have proposed intriguing theories about the ancient builders of Sigiriya. Some believe that these builders possessed the knowledge to manipulate the frequency of rocks, making them soft and easier to carve. This could explain how they removed vast amounts of granite from the top of Sigiriya. One remarkable feature of the site is the granite water tank, which never dries up, even during Sri Lanka's hot season. The tank seems to collect water through percolation, while a sophisticated drainage system prevents overflow during the monsoon season. These engineering marvels have left us with many unanswered questions about Sigiriya's construction. The mysteries surrounding the site have led some to speculate that it could be much more ancient, possibly predating a significant historical event like a Great Flood. Local legends even suggest that Sigiriya might have been a refuge site during such a catastrophe. Locals believe that an advanced civilization descended from the heavens and created Sigiriya, and legends attribute the city to the ancient god king of Sri Lanka, Ravana. Interestingly, there are no signs of ancient steps leading up to the top of the structure, which has led some researchers to propose the possibility of anti-gravity technology or flying vehicles possessed by the ancient builders. Local traditions further support this idea, recounting how deities from the sky came to Earth and modeled Sigiriya after the abode of their god Kubera, the god of wealth. In addition, legends narrate that Sigiriya was the place of Ravana, and the enormous granite tank was his swimming pool. The oldest parts of the site are also attributed to Ravana's construction. According to the ancient texts from Sri Lanka and India, Ravana was not an ordinary human, but a descendant of beings from the sky. He belonged to a powerful race called the Asura, described as superhuman demigods who came to Earth thousands of years ago. Some believe these stories could be more than myths and might actually be historical accounts of extraterrestrial visitors. Could the Asura have been the original builders of Sigiriya, using advanced technology to construct the city? Hindu mythology mentions Vimanas, flying vehicles used by gods to travel between heaven and earth. The sacred text, Mahabharata, speaks of aerial cities belonging to the Asuras, the same race as Ravana. Did the Asuras utilize Vimanas to build Sigiriya? Some sources suggest that the Asuras were hybrid beings, and Ravana is sometimes referred to as a rebellious god in Hindu mythology. Upon entering the site of Sigiriya, visitors are greeted by two giant carved feet, often called lion's claws. However, lions typically have 4 large claws and 1 small, while the claws at Sigiriya number 3. This has led some to believe that they represent a reptilian creature. Many ancient reptiles had 3 large toes, which matches the entrance of Sigiriya. Some locals even associate these feet with Ravana. Could this mean that Ravana was a reptilian humanoid? Ancient texts claim that Ravana was not entirely human, having a human father and a mother of a different species, possibly reptilian. This would make Ravana a hybrid species. Some have drawn connections between Ravana and the Nephilim giants mentioned in ancient Christian and Hebrew texts. Ravana was said to possess various human features, but he also had unique traits, such as being around 10 feet tall and having the ability to shapeshift and deceive others. The notion of Ravana being associated with reptilian features is a prevalent theme among some. He was said to have the ability to blend with the surrounding, making him almost invisible. Ancient texts like the Ramakyan describe him as having green, blizzard-like skin, and even today various reptiles, including snakes, bear the name of the reptilian king Ravana. According to ancient Tamil and Sinhala texts, the original inhabitants of Sri Lanka were a race called the Naga, which modernly means snake. However, these texts refer to the Naga as reptilian hybrid beings who were said to have lived underground and may still do so today. The stories about Sri Lanka and Sigiriya have become even stranger as you delve deeper into the ancient texts. The question arises, could the site of Sigiriya have been constructed by primitive humans with basic tools, or is there more to the story? The immense feat of carrying over 3 million bricks of marble blocks to the top of the rock and cutting out 3.5 tons of granite without any stairs challenges conventional archaeologists' explanations. Some suggest that ancient builders with an unknown form of advanced technology could be the original inhabitants of the site. Others entertain the idea that Ravana or his extraterrestrial race, the Asura, might have built Sigiriya. Could it have been the dwelling place of an advanced group of reptilian gods with technology surpassing that of humans? Did the Asura descend from the sky to interact with humans and shape our history as depicted in various ancient texts? As the mysteries of Sigiriya and its possible connection to ancient beings leaves us in awe, we look forward to reading your comments and thoughts on the matter. If you found this content intriguing, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated for more captivating episodes.